Greetings everybody, Medicropper here. This is going to be episode number 31 of the Medicrop growth series. It's going to be rather fast because I'm in a big hurry. I need to get going. I actually just got here just to make the video and I have to go right away. So we're going to start off in the pre-veg area, looking at all the plants in 1 gallon pots that will be transplanted into 5 gallon pots to start veg in about a week. They've all been being maintained, topping and lollipopping. My guys came in and lollipopped a few days ago. I wasn't here. They're still kind of new. So over here on the Alien Riffs and Lemon OGs, I purposely didn't top the Alien Riffs because they're a short, squatty plant, and I wanted them to get a little bit bigger before I topped them. And before I came in and topped them, a few days ago, the guys came in and lollipopped, and they did a little too aggressive job of lollipopping. You can see here one of the plants. I literally have 4 nodes. There's a little one down there, but it doesn't even have a fan leaf with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. This is what I would consider to be lollipop too high. The problem is I came and topped these after they were lollipopped. So I mean, this was bigger and bushy up here, but I'm trying to keep the plant short. So if I were to just let it go, it'd still only have 1 top. I had to top it. So by doing that, I removed a few nodes, and now it looks like that. Here's one of the Lemon OGs. Literally a stalk with 3 nodes and 1 big fan leaf, and that's it. Now, rather than lollipopping all this down here, it should have been probably topped right here, and I would have had like a nice bush. Now, of course, it didn't look like this after they lollipopped it. It was taller, it was like up here, and had more nodes, but I came in and topped it because it hadn't yet been topped, so it needed to be topped. Now we're left with something like this, which sucks. So some of these I'd say probably won't be able to be transplanted in veg and flower, just because the way their structure is right now, they're just not going to grow well. Just another Alien Rift. See, this plant, the top of the plant should be about right here, and all this down here should be foliage. So it's unfortunate, but I think we have 180 clones in here, and I probably, or actually I know for sure I wasn't going to be flowering into the Alien Rifts anyway. I'll probably kill them all off except for 1 or 2 to keep as a mother plant to take clones off of in the future. The Lemon OG, I probably was going to grow all of these, and I might still be able to. I think I may actually have an odd number of them anyway, so like I have a couple extra. They're not divisible by 4. And remember, I do 4 plants per bed, so I have to have increments of 4, and I think I might have like 42. No, I don't even remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have exactly 40. So if I want to do 10 beds of Lemon OG, I need to use every single clone. But you know, this one's questionable because there's hardly anything there, and it's a little too tall. I like to keep, especially the Lemon OGs, all the OGs, as short as possible in veg because they just explode with growth. But everything else in the pre-veg area looks great. I mean, these all look great. Everything over there looks great. So that's all good. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video and turn around and we'll look at the veg. Okay, here we are down in the veg area. These plants are getting ready to go into flower. I would say tomorrow or the next day they will be in flower. I'll just kind of show you what we have going on here. So the plants up there, those are all blue Cookie Berry Crunch. They've been topped and lollipopped. And then there's 3 more blue Cookie Berry Crunch in this corner of mass of plants. And the rest of that mass right there is animal cookies. And then we have Bay Grown, Forum Cut, Chem DD, and OGKB down there. I kind of want to show these. So I'm trying out a new strategy. It's just a test. I've never done this this aggressively before, but And you know, at this point I don't want to flower the OGKBs because they're so tiny. Here, there's 2 OGKBs right there. And let's put a golden ticket next to them. These cloned the same time, rooted the same time, have had the same amount of veg and the same amount of plants and pots. Look at those two. The golden ticket is literally twice the size as the OGKB. That's how slow this thing grows. And it's a total pain in the ass. Okay, that being said, I'll show you what I did on a few different strains. What I've done is I've de-leafed all the big families, and I'm going to try that out. I'm going to do some test beds like that. So here you see we have 2 OGKBs, or 3 OGKBs, the 2 on the left have only been minimally topped, and the one on the right had all the big families removed. So you see the difference, how sparse this is. I'm going to try doing this to see if I can get better yields with it. That's my goal. My goal is to, if this works out, instead of lollipopping in flower, I would just de-leaf in flower. That way the light penetrates deeper and all the nodes lower on the plant that would have been lollipopped off would instead get good lighting and potentially give me a bigger yield. I think with this technique I can increase my yields potentially 1/2 pound to 1 pound per light, which should be really nice. I would say it's a little more work, but we'll see what happens. I mean, if I can get an extra pound per light, that'd be fantastic. But I think I can probably get at least a 1/2 pound per light, but we'll see. So that's the OGKB example, and then the other OGKB, the 4th one, is also de-leafed. So I de-leafed 2 of them, and I left 2 of them like I would normally do. So I'll compare the yields on the 2. If I flower these, and I think I am going to flower them, just to see if they can fill out a canopy. The Chem DDs, I'm going to have 1 bed of Chem DD, 4 of them. Here are 2 Chem DDs, 1 that's been de-leafed, 1 that hasn't. Actually, with the Chem DD, all 4 of the ones that I'm going to put in a flower have been de-leafed. There's 1 of them, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5th one. This is an extra one that I didn't de-leaf. I'm going to cut this down all the way and take a bunch of clones off of it and probably grow a bunch of it in an upcoming round. So that's a 5th Chem DD that's just an extra that I'm going to completely turn into clones. So the 4 Chem DDs that I'm going to flower are all de-leafed. The bay grown, they're here. There's only 3 of them. I de-leafed all 3 of those, not as aggressively as I did the other ones I showed you, but pretty aggressively. So 1 bed will be 3 bay growns, and then probably 1 form cut with it, because I have 5 form cuts. So 5 form cuts plus 3 bay growns equals 8 plants, which will fill up 2 beds. So 1 bed will be 4 form cuts, and 1 bed will be 3 bay growns and 1 form cut. Bay grown Girl Scout cookies is the bay grown cut that I'm referring to, for those of you that don't know. However, I don't have any clones of form cut. I only have these 5 plants, so I kind of want to not put one of them into flower. That way I can take clones off of it. But if I do that, I need to find another plant that will grow similar to bay grown that I can put in the bed with bay grown. I have 15 animal cookies down here. Some of them I de-leafed moderately aggressive, and some of them I didn't. So we'll see what happens with that. Of course, 15 plants won't fill up 4 beds, so I'll have 3 beds of animal cookies, and then one bed that has 3 animal cookies and 1 cookies and cream. And then what else? I'll have 1 bed that's 4 Scott's OG, so 4 Scott's OG. 1 bed that is probably a Wi-Fi, a Casper, a FAM OG. So Casper OG, FAM OG, Wi-Fi OG. That's these 3 here. Look how beautiful this Casper looks. Just so healthy and beautiful, and same with the FAM. Just excellent health in these plants. So I have those 3 that are going to one bed. Then I don't know what I'm going to put for the 4th plant in there. Maybe the Hell's Fire, but I think the Hell's Fire might be kind of a squat plant, whereas, well, the Fam and the Casper are going to grow really tall. The Wi-Fi is going to stay pretty short. So maybe I do like Hell's Fire, Sour Pebbles, Wi-Fi, and like True OG or something like that. I don't know yet. Haven't figured all that out. This is the True OG. I don't know much about True OG, but this plant does not look like an OG at all to me. It's families. I mean, maybe it could have like Kush genetics in it, but definitely doesn't look like any OG I've ever grown. So I'm questioning the validity of the strain, whether or not it's really True OG. Here I have 4 animal crackers. These things all grew totally retarded in veg. They're as short as the OG KBs. In the past when I've grown it, it's grown just like the rest of the cookies. It should have been twice as tall and super healthy. As it is, it's kind of, I've cut off a lot of the branches, but the branches, instead of growing up, they would like come out like this and just kind of grow out. You can see like that one's doing, it's just growing out, and very brittle, very brittle. Like if I were to take these and kind of try and train them up, they just snap. That's basically telling me that these genetics are pretty much shot, and I'll probably have to throw the strain away and never grow it again. I probably won't throw any of these into flower. I might put 2 of them in just to see if I can get them to snap out or see if they'll do anything. But I kind of want to just veg them and get them as big and healthy as possible, and hopefully they grow out of it and I can take clones and they're, you know, something resets or gets better, but it's not looking promising. These 4 plants look like shit. They're just not growing, guys, so that's unfortunate. And then, so as far as the Blue Cookie Berry Crunch go, I think I have 21 of those, so I'll do 4 beds of Blue Cookie Berry Crunch and have 1 extra. I mean 5 beds. 5 beds of Blue Cookie Berry Crunch and then 1 extra. And then lastly, these are all Golden Ticket. All this is Golden Ticket, including these 4. So I just want to show you, I'm going to do 1 bed that's totally de-leafed, and then the rest I'll do just normal style. I may de-leaf 4 more and do 2 beds that are de-leafed and the rest normal. That way I have like a better sample to test with. So once again, on the right we have a non-de-leaf plant. On the left we have one where all the big families have been stripped off. And both, well, that one's been topped. None of these have been topped yet. I still need to do that. I'll do it tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna see the difference in yield between the stripped down ones and the ones with that were just normal, like I normally grow them. I'll probably actually take off all the families again, like maybe 2 weeks into flower, and keep them bare the whole run and just see what happens. I have a couple more strategies that I want to implement that I think can increase my yield a ½ pound to 1 pound. And this is one of those strategies, is de-leafing like this, aggressive de-leaf upon the onset of flower, and then also a couple weeks into flower. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully that will increase my yield a ½ pound to 1 pound, and then my next strategy I can do the same thing with, but my next strategy I'm not going to talk about yet, and I don't know if I'll ever talk about it actually. The industry is getting so competitive, especially with the legal market now. Basically, if you're not getting huge yields, you're going to go out of business. So right now I think in Washington, the 502 industry anyway, you've got to be getting 2 pounds per light if you want to make any money. And a lot of those, well, the most expensive weed in the 502 industry right now, that's the legal Washington recreational industry, is selling wholesale to stores for $4 to $4.50. There's a few growers still trying to get $4.75 or even $5, but they're not being successful with sales. Basically, $4 is the top shelf. The best weed you can get is $4 a gram. So unless you're getting big yields, you're not going to be profitable selling your weed at $4 a gram. And actually I'm seeing indoor, B grade indoor going for $3 a gram now. So 2 pounds a light is minimum if you want to be successful in the 502 industry, and in the near future, I'd say within the next year, 2 pounds per light is going to be like a break even. Like, you need to get that to even survive at all. It's going to be, I mean, it's going to be about yield. Unless you can produce huge yields, you're not going to survive in the legal industry, and that's going to be like that everywhere in America, not just Washington. It's just happening in Washington at first. So if I can pull between 4 and 5 pounds per light in the 502 industry, that means I can sell my weed for literally half the price as someone that's pulling 2 pounds a light and be more profitable. And I actually think that this may sound crazy, but I think 4 to 5 pounds per light is totally doable, especially with the results I've been getting in my current setup and implementing strategies to improve that yield. I mean, I think between the few strategies that I'm considering that I haven't actually executed yet, I can increase my yield as much as 2 pounds per light. So, you know, say I go from 3 pounds per light right now up to 5 pounds per light. It's freaking unheard of. I know guys that say they get over 4 pounds consistently. There's very few of them, but I think I can go get up to 5 within the next, in my new grow. The new grow that I build out, I think I can get up to 5 pounds per light, depending on the strategies that I implement. So anyway, I'm going to cut this part of the video here. I know this had to be, I'm trying to make a fast video, so I'm going to cut this and we'll go up to flower room number 1. Alright guys, sorry, I'm going to unplug that fan, make it a little more quiet. Here we are in flower room number 1. I don't think we've been in here in a couple weeks. Oh, I think last week we came in here because we saw some of the yellowing leaves on the Wi-Fi. For the most part, this garden is doing great. Everything in here is doing really well. We do have some yellowing and dying leaves low on some of the plants, and it's not seeming to affect much. We got our plants praying. It's so bright in here. Is that? I wonder if that's a good brightness to have. Maybe like right there. Canopy's not perfectly even because we have a bunch of different strains, but everything was really healthy and happy. Let's just go over it really quickly. All this is alien rift. We have 5,000 watts of alien rift. I crawled around in here yesterday and checked out some of the plants more up close. Second bed, or the second row, we have 4 Scott's OG. Let me just get under here. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, you see some of these yellowing leaves down low. So 4 Scott's OG, and then the next bed is a Chem DD, a Crockett Confidential, an Alien Dog in the back corner there, and then that one in that corner, that is Strawberry Fields. The next row back is Wi-Fi, I think FAM, yeah, Wi-Fi in this front right corner, then FAM, and then Goji OG, and the one in the front, I don't know what it is. The tag has been washed away somewhere down in the cocoa. The one behind that, the 2 beds behind that are Pennywise. So the back 2 beds back there, both those beds are Pennywise. It's like straight fire. Not big buds though, but super frosty. Okay. I'm gonna stand up in my hole. Now we're at the third row. Third row is, this whole bed is Alien Dog. Second bed, all Alien Dog. Third and fourth bed are Aurora, and they look straight fire too. And the last bed is Casper OG. The Aurora really remind me of Blue Rhino. I don't know if they're just similar at this stage, or if those are blue rhino clones that got mislabeled. Remember, I got those from my buddy. Now, these two beds in the 4th row, ones right in front of me, are sour banana sherbet. Then the last 3 beds, and all 5 of these beds are all lemon OG. Okay. Now, pretty much all of the OGs are light green, like they're deficient in nitrogen. You can see the color difference between these and those. So I'm gonna give like half strength CalMag, like 1 milliliter per liter for another week or 2, and then keep all the other nutrients the same, because I really don't want to give the Alien Riff, which are nice and dark green, and all the rest of these that are nice and dark green, too much CalMag and end up not getting full filled out buds. But I want the OGs to green up a little bit, so that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, but everything in here is on point. At first, you know, I was gone for the first couple weeks of this flowering, and when I came back I was a little worried because they were given like too strong nutrients, not enough nutrients, like screwing off with that. But now it seems to be settled down and things are even out a lot better. Say within a couple more waterings things can be really good. But even now everything's filling out perfectly. Buds are, the families are praying. We're in the upper 80s, we're only at 47% humidity, so a little dry in here. I really wish, honestly I wish it was 30% higher, which is in the mid 70s, just so I could have my vapor pressure deficit right. If this humidity and temperature keeps up, I would expect I could get 50 pounds, you know, 2 pounds per light, but probably not much more than that, unfortunately. Whereas if my vapor pressure deficit was correct, I'd see around 3 pounds per light. And, you know, I think at this point, I hate to do this, but this will be the last video that I mention vapor pressure deficit. So either you guys can try it out and get the results that I'm getting, or, you know, stick to what you know. But from here on out, anyone that doesn't watch this video or my previous ones, like any new subscribers, they're not going to know why I'm getting 3 to 4 pounds per light, because I'm not going to mention vapor pressure deficit at all. Basically, you guys watching this will be the last people that hear me talk about it. So, you know, I'm trying to be a little more competitive here in this industry. If everybody knew about vapor pressure deficit, everybody would be getting 3 pounds per light. So, trying to compete now. You know, times are changing. Up until this point, I've always been open source with everything, but I can't quite do that anymore, guys. So you're the lucky ones to hear about it if in fact you take it. But from here on out, I'm not going to mention it. And if you have any concerns about powdery mildew or mold with vapor pressure deficit, just know that as long as your nighttime temperatures stay high, you won't get powdery mildew. I've not had powdery mildew ever in this facility or in my previous grow before I went to New Zealand. Never had it once, because I always kept my nighttime temperatures high enough to where mildew cannot, or molds can't grow. Doesn't matter how high your humidity is, you're only going to get mildew if your temperatures are cold, if they ever get cold enough for powdery mildew to exist. Last time I'm saying this, powdery mildew equals low temperature plus high humidity. If you eliminate one of those, you won't have powdery mildew. And that's why I'm able to run really high humidity gardens and get huge yields, because my temperatures never get low enough for molds and mildews to thrive. Okay, I'm going to cut this part of the video here. We're going to step into flower number 2, where we have the Alien Riff monocrop, and there'll be a big surprise. Okay guys, here we are in the Alien Riff monocrop. This room just got harvested. The plants are now all drying. Yeah, it's too bad we couldn't see this canopy one last time before it got cut down. I've just been so busy, I haven't been able to get here. When I did come, I didn't have my camera, so we didn't get to see it, but this is what the room looks like after we chop out probably over 1,000 pounds of plant matter. That's counting leaves and stalks and everything. So yeah, this is what's going on in here. The top trellis netting that never even really got touched, it's still in here. and we're just gonna keep it here and reuse it for next round, which is great, because next round we'll tomato cage all the plants, and then they'll grow up into this trellis netting. The bottom set of trellis netting, that's all been cut out, so we will reuse this, which is gonna be nice. Other than that, tomorrow, so everything got chopped out today and is now drying. Tomorrow will be cleanup, get everything in here cleaned up, and then the next day we will go ahead and transplant all the next round of plants. There's a chance we'll transplant tomorrow, but I don't think we'll get around to it. I think we'll have to end up waiting one more day. So yeah, Alien Rift monocrop is now in the drying racks, and we did not de-leaf it before we chopped it, so we're in there trying to get it de-leafed so it dries better right now. You guys, there's so much weight in this crop. I mean, just de-leafing those plants hanging is going to take us probably a week, and by then the buds will start getting dry, so we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I can't wait to do the final harvest results video for this grow, because I think it's going to be a really good yield. Such an easy grow, man. Monocrops are so much easier than these multi-strains, and the plants you just look at in veg are going in here next, and like, I'm not even too excited about it because it's just going to be a freaking nightmare with all those different strains. Just like the room you're just in, you know, we got some plants light green, some plants dark green, all this multi-strain bullshit. So, what else? Oh, my last crop that we harvested in the last room, the one that was mostly Blue Dream and Dutch Treat and the Forum Cut and Grapefruit Diesel and UW and yeah, all that. That stuff's still not trimmed. It's starting to get trimmed today. I basically have like 2 or 3 pounds of lemon OG trim, but nothing else is trimmed. I got a trim crew starting. I got another location that's for trimming only, and that's why I'm in a hurry, because I'm trying to get down there and set it up, because the trim, I got hired trimmers to come trim. So that'll start getting trimmed, and eventually we'll have a final harvest results video for that. The harvest before that, which was in here, the one that was mostly golden ticket all back there, but then we have some Alien Rift here, and then like 19 random Crockett strains. That one's still not trimmed. All the random strains are weighed up. The Alien Rift is trimmed but not yet weighed, and the golden ticket's not yet trimmed. So once I get some of the last harvest trimmed, so I have some Blue Dream and Dutch Treat and stuff like that to get rid of, because right now I have a ton of golden ticket still, then I'll go back and finish all the golden ticket that's in here, and I can get the final harvest results video for this grow. So you guys, I'm drowning here in untrimmed buds trying to play catch up constantly. It's like every month I get a new harvest. It's just so much to deal with, and trying to make these videos, I know I'm not doing a good job keeping up. Like this video should have been uploaded hours ago, and same with last week's, but I'm trying my best to still make the videos and keep up with the workflow, which between 3 of us and now a trim team, hopefully we can start doing that. But yeah, so that's what's going on, guys. I'll go ahead and cut the video here, get it uploaded, and I'll update with you guys next week. Peace.